Hey, what's up? Alright, so this was yesterday's trade.
Order filled.
Well, I guess 2 days ago. Okay, so same thing, the God Eye strategy. When we came to this day, I forget a lot of things of yesterday, so I'm just gonna do the actual trade, like, the actual trade. So on the 1 hour, we have the 7 a.m. candle, which is 8 a.m. candle for you guys, highs and low. We marked that out with this little green line right here. This little green line right here. So that 8 a.m. candle for you guys, don't mind this, I'm an hour behind. So this is 8 a.m. for you guys. So mark out the highs and the lows of this 8 a.m. candle. Come down to the 5-minute. And on the 5-minute, this is what we see. So on the 5-minute, I saw these fair value gaps, right? So there's a 5-minute fair value gap here, 5-minute fair value gap here. A gap is when, like, you see how it created this gap. So between this candle and this candle, and then there's nothing in the middle. You see how every like candle kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like, let me just zoom in right here. Like right here, there's a gap, right? There's a gap between this candle and this candle. There's like a little gap in between those two candles. And then right here, there's like no gap, you see? Because this like wick, this called a wick, and this, you guys, I'm not talking to like really new traders. So yeah, I'm just want to clear that out for you. Like, that's what a gap is, and usually price wants to come back and fill that gap. You see, price wants to come back, like it went up and it left that gap, and price wants to come back and fill that gap at some point. So price left these two gaps, and I was like, okay, cool. Current trend on the 5-minute here, we have a downtrend. So current trend is a downtrend, but I market open. So I saw those gaps. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, market open, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a reversal here to buy up to these gaps. So we have market open here, right? So this is 8:30. So 8:30 open. 8:30 open, we came down, we swept these lows right here, and I also had these lows marked out right here. So what I've noticed is that when price opens and it swipes the lows, it always wants to go up, and then vice versa. When price comes and swipes the highs liquidity, it always wants to come down. So we always have that sweep of liquidity and then going up, or sweep of liquidity to the upside and then going down. But I made a small mistake here, which was a big mistake. Small mistakes in trading are big mistakes, because you end up losing either a lot of money or a little bit of money, and like, you just don't want to lose, right? So as we know, with the God Eye strategy, as soon as the market open, you want to mark out the first structure that price makes, right? So as soon as market open, price came down, right? Created this low, and then created this high, and then created this low, created this higher high, and then created this lower low. But this is the one thing that I missed out, and it's I didn't mark out this high right here. So this high right here, I didn't mark it out. And I didn't mark it out because one time I marked out the second candle, like it made a high like this on the second candle, on the second 5-minute candle, and I missed a trade because I marked that out instead of waiting for price to go higher. But now what I'm doing is that I'm marking out, like, I'll show you on tomorrow's trade, God willing. So, or whatever, I just show you right now. Right now I'm just marking out the first structure, and then that low, the low, and then the second structure. So I'm marking out like 3 structures, and I'm seeing like, okay, what's going on in these 3 structures. So like, what I mean by that is, like, it created this high, right? It came up, market open, created this high, I marked that out, right? And then creates this low, I marked that out as well. And then if it creates another high, I mark that out as well. And I'm seeing what's up in these 3 levels, And usually, honestly, is going to be within, like, price is gonna move within that first high and that low, like the first high and low. Like that's really the box that we want to trade within, and see what price is doing within this box. Anyways, I don't want to make this video too long, but I don't want you guys to be like lost in what happened. So again, I didn't mark out that high, so I waited. I came down and I marked out this low, and I marked out this high. But check this out, right? So on the 1 minute, so you see, like, I lost 2 trades here, and I want to explain why I lost those two trades, and really is because of that, right? Let's go over here. So let's go over here. Because I didn't mark out this high, this is the 5-minute high that we didn't mark out, right? Because I didn't do that, and I marked out this low and this high, I'm trading, we're looking within what's going on in this box, right? We're looking at what's going on in this box. So in this box right here, between this high and this low, we see that we have a small fair value gap right here. We have this fair value gap. So price open, came up, came down, came up, high, low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, higher low, higher high, right? So in here, I saw, okay, there's a fair value gap here, boom, and price inverse this fair value gap. And if our target are these 5-minute fair value gaps here, then this is a perfect trade to move higher, right? So what I did was, I saw this fair value gap here. This fair value gap got inverted to the upside. If it was selling again, it would come up, respect it, and then sell, right? But because it inverted this, because it closed on top of this candle right here, closed on top of this fair value gap, I'm like, okay, price is buying, and this is it. Let's enter. It's a good time too, because it's like, it's 9 already, meaning it's 10. So it's a good time. I'm like, okay, let's buy. So I bought. I waited for this fair value gap to be filled a little bit, because it's like a big candle. So I'm like, okay, let me wait for a tap. And then I waited for that tap, and I got in, right? Boom, I got in on this tap, or I got in here or whatever. No, I'm pretty sure I got in like down here, or I just don't remember. Anyways, you guys can see it on the trade recap. I did a trade recap of the trade I actually took. And then so I lost that trade. As you can see, it came down, and I lost that trade. And then I'm like, okay, cool. Like, okay, price wanted to come down and sweep these lows right here, right? So price wanted to come down and sweep these lows. I'm like, okay, cool. So I came down, swept these lows right here, this low, and then I started buying up higher. But then in the 5-minute, I saw, whoa, there's this 5-minute fair value gap here, this 5-minute fair value gap right here. I'm thinking, okay, so price is selling, and I had a couple more levels. Yeah, I had these 2 levels, like this line and this black line right here. So I'm like, okay, price is, if it's going to sell, price is going to sell down to these lines. So this will be the trade of today, and these fair value gap, I guess, is going to be filled later. Well, I was wrong about that too, and price like faked me out, bro. Like, it literally faked me out twice, like, for real. But if would have only faked me out, it probably would have still faked me out twice. But I'll show you why. I'll show you what I was going to say. So again, price came down, made this fair value gap right here, right? Made this gap, this box, and then it sold, and it closed under. Like, it respected it. You see how it filled it? It filled it and made this huge wick right here, and then it closed under this gap. And I was like, okay, cool. So if price is selling, it respected its gap, and I'm going to sell. Boom. So I sold, and then I lost the trade because we were actually not selling. And I guess I did the same thing as I did the day before, where I was like, okay, well, it's time to pivot. Why? Because, okay, so let's get rid of this. So this is what I saw after. So as soon as I lost that trade, right, I was like, okay, so there's this fair value gap here. We have an inverse of this fair value gap here. Okay, let's sell. Like, as you can see, we have, this was the 5-minute fair value gap, right? Whatever, this is where I entered. It created this fair value gap right here. It inversed it to the upside, and I was like, okay, let's get it. Boom. So I made back everything that I shouldn't have freaking closed partials. As you guys can see, I can play the clip again, but like on this full trade, I was going to make like $1,000 or something like that. And oh, by the way, that account eval that I had, I blew it. So this is really like forward testing, as you can say, right? This is the dope thing about Top Step. Even when you fail at eval, don't close the account. Like, keep it open and wait like a few hours or like a day, and they will let you trade it without it being an active account. You guys should do that so you guys can continue trading. That's what I do. So yeah, I could have made $1,000 here, as you guys saw in that trade. So yeah, that was that day's trade. Again, a recap of the trade. Oh, so this is what I should have done. So I should have marked out this first structure here. This is what I should have done, right? 5-minute. Let's go on the 5-minute here. So as soon as market opened right here, 9:30, price came up and came down and created this high. I should have just marked out this high as my high, and then as soon as it came down here, this low as my low. And then I wouldn't have had this right here, and I would be trading what's going on in this box right here. And I would have I would have seen, okay, price swept these lows right here, and then it's buying. I honestly, I can't hold you. I feel like I would have taken the same freaking trade. It doesn't matter how I marked it up, but maybe I couldn't have. Like, a great trade on this, like marking out this first structure, highs and lows, would have been, I don't know, like for some reason I missed this, I feel like, okay, no, price is gonna come down and sweep these lows too or something. I just feel like I still would have gotten in, bro, because we already have a sweep to the downside. So I'm already thinking that it's going to buy, especially with this inverse fair value gap here to the upside. I think I would have still gotten in, and I would have still gotten stopped out. And then seeing price on the 5-minute, and we inversed that 5-minute fair value gap, I still would have gotten in on the freaking sell. So this would have been still like looking like a lost day, The only thing that I should have done is not taking partials, but I only took partials because I was so deep in the hole that I'm like, nah, let me just close in some partials, because price maybe is not gonna go up here, whatever. But so I closed down negative 200 and something dollars on this day, but still ended up with a nice win, and the strategy still played out. As you guys can see, this strategy is so clear. Again, it's not every day you're gonna have things like this. Like on the next trading video that I'm gonna do, like right after this one, you guys gonna see that I only took one trade and I won $1,600, like $1,600, 600 and something dollars. That was this trade right here, like as you guys can see right here, $1,615. That was one trade. So you guys can see that on the next video coming up, God willing. So yeah, like sometimes price is not always gonna fake you out like this, using this strategy. It doesn't matter which strategy you use. There's gonna be days like this. There's gonna be days where you just, like you even lose this trade. You know what I'm saying? Like you probably won't see this trade, but the dope thing about this box right here is that you see what price is doing. Like it's so much clearer for me. I hope it's as clear for you guys as it is for me, because like I can see what's going on here. Okay, cool. Price open, first structure. We have this inverse. Okay, cool. That wasn't the trade. Okay, that wasn't the trade. And this was the trade. And at least you get some of the money back. If I would have held, instead of taking partials and playing it safe, I would have made, maybe $300 on the day or $200 on the day instead of being negative on the day, because I was about to make $1,000, but I didn't. And I took partials and I played it safe, and still I ended up $2,000 on the red instead of $600, $700. I think I was $800 deep, bro. I think I was $800 down. So, but yeah, like, glory to God, bro. I can only say glory to God. Thank you, Jesus, for giving me the strategy, for pointing it out to me. This is so cool. And honestly, you guys may be thinking like, yo, why are you marking up these already if you're marking up the structure when price opens? Why are you still marking up the 7 a.m. candle? Because the 7 a.m. candle, 8 a.m. candle, sorry, for you guys, that 8 a.m. candle markup, it's another indication. Like, these are my two indications. Why? Because I want to see a liquidity sweep to this and then targeting the high of that 7 a.m. candle or targeting the low of the 7 a.m. candle. Like, it's indicators. It's like, okay, cool. Like, if price came down, if at market open, price came up and then it came down, sweeping this low of the 7 a.m. candle, this low that we have marked up, remember? We marked out on the 1 hour that 7 a.m. candle, that 8 a.m., sorry. We marked out on the 1 hour that 8 a.m. highs and low with this little green line right here. So if it sweeps to the downside, I know 98% chance that it's going to go to that other high. And I was actually doing this same strategy by this other guy that I saw, and he marked out the 5 a.m. 4 hour candle. So in the 4 hour, he will mark out the highs and low of that 5 a.m. candle, which started at 9. It wasn't until God showed me that 7 a.m. candle that I was like, okay. And honestly, as I've been looking at it, I don't even take that first initial trade. Like, I'm actually trading at like 11 or like 10:30 more than I am at that first move of the 9:30 open. Like, my trades sometimes happen sooner, sometimes happen later, but more than not, it happens later. Like, it happens around like 10:30 to 11. That's when like the big moves, the big trades happen. So yeah, that was today's trade, or this day's trade. 2 losses, but 1 massive win. And yeah, yo, hopefully this is as clear as possible for you guys. If you guys have any questions, hit me up on the DM at I am Yahshua. You can also listen to my songs on Spotify at Yahshua, and see my music videos and my music side of me, which is my actual purpose, on my YouTube channel called 𝐤𝐴7 at 𝐤𝐴7. So yeah, this was this day's trade. Peace.